Okay, I'm going to show you a little bit about modeling in virtual reality with blocks by Google. I'm going to do something pretty simple here. We're going to look at some blueberries. So the first thing I'm going to do is, in my options, I'm going to add some reference images, switch over to the Vive overlay, which has my desktop on it. Pull in some blueberries. And I'm going to add another one that's pretty similar. Kind of like this. Transparency actually works. That's pretty cool. Yeah, I like this arrangement of just like 3 blueberries. Makes it pretty easy to visualize. So the first thing I'm noticing, we just have a sphere. Spheres are easy because it's a prefab. So I'm going to make that a little bigger and just put that primitive in here. One of the things I'm noticing is the sphere's not totally round. And has some indents here and there, so I'm going to turn on some labs features, which are great. Love them. And go to our split tool, and we can split faces with this. But if you, with the labs piece on, if you long press, do a loop cut. Looks like it only gets the bottom. Interesting. Sometimes it messes up too. Let's try it again. Let's try it from here. Oh, interesting. So let's go from the top. I'm going to make that bigger, actually, to work with. Sorry, I got a bit cold. It doesn't seem to want to split where I want it to. Anyway, we can go about it like this. Just giving it a little more edges and vertices here, so we can manipulate it a bit better. Come on now. Alright, this is why it's a lab feature, I suppose. It's not totally perfect yet. Go get that one. There we go. Nice. So, yeah, now that we've split those faces, all these split? Oh, man. Alright, got most of them here now. It is split, though. It looks kind of funny. So all these are split, which basically gave this kind of the shape I'm looking for already, but I'm going to make that a little more exaggerated. Take some of these in just a little bit. Oops. 4. Just kind of like that. Maybe we'll skip 1, 2, 3, 4. Just kind of eyeballing it a little bit. 1, 2, 3, 4. Go in just a little bit. There we get a little deformation going. There's a little more character, I think. 1, 2, 3, 4. And 1, 2, 3, 4. So there, now we've got a little, not just a boring sphere, kind use a little bit of that edging. It's a little exaggerated, but that's okay. I like exaggerating things. It's art after all. So next is these, what don't you call that part of the blueberry, but what I'm seeing is I can use some of these vertices here, maybe just extrude them a little bit. Let's see, so here's our extrude. If I grab all these faces and just go right inside, what's that do? Kind of looks ugly. Alright, let's go this way. Take him, move him in. And actually, you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to extrude these. I'm going to go up. If I can, if it allows me. Sometimes it doesn't want you to do stuff you want to do. Make it a little smaller. It's very weird when you do all different faces, but what you can do. And then I'm going to take these and go in. That's still not really doing what I want it to do, so let's see. What can we do to make these go in? Since it's all not one face, why don't we go like this? Let's pull this in. Let's pull these out. I get us what we want. How about let's cut this? There we go. Let's do this. That loop cut. It's not going the way I want it to. It's going around the outside edges. I want to cut in here. So I'm going to back out of that and do this. Like this. Each one individually. Which means I can bring this up and make this a little flatter maybe. And then take these and kind of move them back. This. Yeah, I like that. Because now I can just kind of pull these in like this. What's that gonna do? Nope. Nope. I don't want the face. I just want the edge. The edge. There we go. Yep. That's not what we want. Let's move those out just like that. These all connected, maybe. Alright, let's do this. Boom. 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 So I'm combining these vertices. Make this a little bit of a simpler shape here. And I think we can take these, just kind of go like this, bring them in over top. Yeah. Kind of a star effect going on here. But that kind of gives us our feeling of how these edges come up and over a little. We don't want them quite as much. That. Let's do some painting on this. I like those blues. I wish there was a better color palette in this. There's not. So we'll go with this blue. And there's here. Let's just do the whole thing, and then we'll do some highlighting. This is the darkest blue we have, so let's start that out with our base, I guess. Now, the other thing I want is that pit in there. Might be a nice little detail. I'm gonna cut these again. Maybe one more time. And paint those faces. Let's go with gray. Just the inner ones. Yeah. Fix these. Interesting. Must have missed those. Alright. Now we got a bit of a pit going on in there. Let's give it a little more dimension too. Let's take these and just bring them up a little to give it a bit of a shape there. Cool. That almost looks like a flower. Interesting. So we got a blueberry. It's pretty good, I suppose. I guess. Not bad. Some more of these kind of like that. Maybe these leaves here. So leaves go with a nice light green. And I love hexagons. Just really love them. So I'm gonna make some hexagon leaves, I think. Let's start about here. Oops. Here, out. Maybe here, and out. Here, and out. Kind of balance them out a little bit. So I'll just start off with the basic geometry there, and then I'm gonna make them look a little more like leaves. Pull this out. Can I get that? Bit of a shape going there. Oh, that's good. It's funky. It's good. I like this one, so I'll just take this one. Copy it. There we go. Now maybe to give this some highlights, going back like that. Do something like that. Maybe edges up, get a little more dimension. As a leaf, don't want to be totally flat, maybe. It's fun. Yeah, like it. Goes out. Copy, paste, copy, paste. Beautiful. Love it. Let's make this one bigger. Kind of go for some of this shadow here. Just copying motion. This one's a bit smaller. Yeah. Easy peasy. So there's some blueberries, and maybe try to get some of this texture on it. Take these into Blender and do something there, or try to get a little bit better leaf going on. But yeah, ta-da!